outrageous Sturgeon shamed for shunning Scotland's golden opportunity to replace Putin. NICOLA Sturgeon has been slammed for shunning the opportunity to develop Scotland's oil and gas production capabilities as the West scrambles to find new sources not linked to Vladimir Putin's Russia. The SNP staunchly opposed new exploration off the coast of Scotland, including the Campbell oil field, around 75 miles off the coast of the Shetland Islands. But Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine has changed political attitudes to domestic oil production, with a desire to rid the UK of Russian oil dependence prevailing. Tony McClinsky, Scottish Tory councillor for QPAR, Fife, told Express.co.uk that Ms Sturgeon's refusal to reorientate the SNP's energy policy on the back of the Russian invasion of Ukraine was outrageous. Mr McClinsky said, "NICOLA Sturgeon's policy of resisting the development of North Sea oil and gas, and, indeed, fracking opportunities in Scotland, makes no sense whatsoever in light of Ukraine's situation." He added the West should wean ourselves off any reliance on Putin's oil and gas, but that the Scottish government strategies were not realistic. North Sea oil and gas has played a fundamental role in Scotland's economy, peaking in 1999. Tax revenues from North Sea oil have fallen over the last few years, but they still account for over 10% of Scotland's GDP, according to law firm Herbert Smith Freehills. The UK remains dependent on Russian oil imports for 8% of its energy supply, although the UK government announced earlier this month all Russian imports would be phased out. Prime Minister Boris Johnson forecasted the UK hoped to do so by the end of 2022, adding, "In another economic blow to the Putin regime following their illegal invasion of Ukraine, the UK will move away from dependence on Russian oil throughout this year." Mr McClinsky said the only way to extricate the UK, Europe and the West from this dependency is to find alternative sources to avoid cutting homes and businesses off from power. Mr McClinsky urged, "We should be going hell for leather to develop what's left of North Sea oil and gas, and consider the options for nuclear capability to generate electricity." He added Scotland and the UK were doing well in developing renewable sources of energy for the long term, but our own seabed is the first stop for replacing Putin's supplies. He raised the possibility of even exporting North Sea oil and gas to the rest of Europe, if the SNP would see sense. He finished exasperatedly, "It's actually outrageous." This comes as energy giant Shell reconsider pulling investment from the Campbell oil field project. Sources close to the corporation told the BBC that the geopolitical terrain, and how it has changed in 2022, needed to be taken into account. Prime Minister Boris Johnson condemned Ms Sturgeon's attitude towards North Sea oil, telling the Scottish Tory conference in Aberdeen he was committed to making sensible use of the UK's own oil and gas resources, following high-profile visits to the Middle East to court alternative suppliers for the UK's energy demand. Mr Johnson told the Scottish Tory conference in Aberdeen, "Are we not crazy to be talking about completely shutting down domestic production? Only to buy oil and gas at a vast markup from Vladimir Putin's Russia." A similar message was echoed by Scottish Secretary, Alistair Jack, who called the SNP's refusal to look into new domestic oil drilling astonishing. He commented, "The argument for carefully using our own resources was strong before Putin invaded Ukraine, but now it is unanswerable. There must be a future for oil and gas as we transition to net zero." Thank you for watching our videos. Subscribe to our channel to get notifications when we post newest videos. Thank you and goodbye.